I am 84 years old. I built a life from dirt, buried my brothers in arms, and watched 3 generations of my bloodline grow up in this chaotic world. And I am going to tell you the brutal truth that modern parenting experts, child psychologists, and the billionaires who designed those damn iPads will never tell you. Look at your grandson when he visits you this Sunday. He walks through your door, gives you a half-hearted 5-second hug, and his eyes immediately dart to the nearest wall outlet to plug in his phone. The smell of Sunday roast used to fill a house loud with laughter. Now, the only sound in my living room is the frantic, mind-numbing scrolling of TikTok. I sit across from him, breathing heavily, feeling the suffocating silence, a ghost in my own home. Do not swipe away. Don't you dare close this video, because what I am about to show you is the exact reason your grandchildren feel like strangers, and the only way to plant your life's wisdom into their souls in less than 10 minutes, before the glowing screens take them away forever. Let me take you back to a Tuesday afternoon in the late summer of 1968. The air was thick. You could smell the sweet, heavy scent of freshly cut grass mixed with the sharp, metallic bite of motor oil from my old Chevy. I was 35, full of fire, full of pride, and completely blind to what actually mattered. My son, your father, he was 7 years old. He stood at the edge of the garage door. The sun was setting behind him, casting a long shadow across the concrete. He held a baseball glove, a stiff leather mitt I had bought him for his birthday. He didn't say a word. He just stood there, hitting the ball into the pocket of the glove. Smack, smack, waiting patiently for me to turn around. I was under the hood, wrestling with a stubborn carburetor. My knuckles were bleeding. I had a deadline for a massive contract the next morning. I looked at him, wiping the grease on a dirty rag, and I said the words that have echoed in my empty house every single night for the last 50 years. Not right now, buddy. Give me 10 minutes. I just need 10 minutes to finish this up. 10 minutes. Such a small, harmless lie we tell ourselves as men. We are cursed with the sickness of providing. We equate our sweat with our love. We think the paycheck at the end of the week speaks louder than our presence on a Tuesday evening. I turned back to the engine. I heard his footsteps slowly walking away, the scuff of his sneakers on the driveway fading into the distance. I didn't look back. I thought I had all the time in the world. That 10 minutes turned into an hour. The hour turned into a missed dinner. The missed dinner turned into a missed childhood. I fixed the damn car, but I broke something else that day, something invisible. When I finally came inside, the house was dark. The glove was left on the kitchen table. He was fast asleep. Look at these hands. They've signed million-dollar deals. They've built houses. But they are empty, because the one thing they should have held on to, that small, stiff leather hand, they let slip away for the sake of 10 more minutes. That day I taught my son that a piece of metal was more urgent than his heartbeat. And the tragedy is, he learned that lesson. He learned it so well that he passed it down to your grandson. Fast forward to this past Sunday. The house is different now. It's bigger. The mortgage is paid off. But it is so damn quiet. The kind of quiet that rings in your ears and settles heavy in your chest. I sat in this exact chair. I picked up this little glass rectangle, the device that supposedly connects the whole damn world, yet completely isolates the people in it. I typed out a message to my grandson. "Hey buddy, got some steaks. Want to come over?" I watched those little gray dots dance on the screen. He was typing. My heart actually beat a little faster. Then they stopped. The screen went black. 2 hours later, my phone buzzed. A single thumbs up emoji. That's it. A pixelated yellow thumb. The modern digital equivalent of his father walking away from the garage 50 years ago. The modern equivalent of, "Give me 10 minutes, Grandpa." I ate that steak alone. The only sound in the house was the low hum of the refrigerator and the faint, cold glow of the television talking to an empty room. I sat there chewing meat that tasted like ash, and in that crushing silence, I didn't blame him. I didn't curse the iPad or the social media, because I realized the agonizing truth. He isn't ignoring me because he's a bad kid. He is ignoring me because we taught his father that work, screens, and distractions are more important than sitting still with another human being. We built this lonely, distracted world, gentlemen. We laid the bricks, one "I'm too busy" at a time. And now we are dying inside it. Listen to me. The reason we lose them isn't just the glowing screens. It's our own damn ego. As men, we spend our entire lives trying to become monuments. We want to be the stoic patriarch, the unbreakable provider, the man who never bled, never cried, never failed. We think our job is to project absolute strength. So when we finally get those rare, precious 10 minutes with our grandson on a Sunday, what do? We lecture. We give advice from the top of a mountain. We tell them how hard we worked, how tough things were back in my day. We build a bronze statue of ourselves and expect a confused, overwhelmed kid to connect with it. But here's the brutal truth. Kids today are drowning in a sea of fake perfection. They see flawless lives on Instagram. They see overnight success on TikTok. They are secretly terrified of failing. And a monument cannot comfort a terrified boy. A statue is cold. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't know how it feels to have a broken heart, empty pockets, or a shattered dream. Look at me. I know what you're thinking. I'm not going to sit there and whine in front of my grandson. That is your pride talking. That is the exact same pride that kept me under the hood of that Chevy while my son walked away. We are terrified that if they see our cracks, they won't respect us. That is complete bullshit. If you want to break through that glowing screen, you have to take a sledgehammer to your own pedestal. You need to tell them your 5-minute failure story. Tell that boy about the time you got fired. Tell him about the time you trusted the wrong man and lost your savings. Tell him about the night you sat in your truck and wept because you didn't know how you were going to feed his father. Tell him how you were terrified. Tell him how you were weak. Show him the scars. Because when you show a young man your scars, you give him the blueprint for surviving his own. You stop being a historical artifact and you become a lifeline. That 10-second TikTok video cannot compete with the raw, bleeding truth of a grandfather who looked absolute ruin in the eye, took the hit, and lived to tell the tale. That is how you earn their attention, not by showing your shiny medals, but by showing your deepest wounds. Listen, kids today have brains wired for 3-second videos, glowing loot boxes, and CGI explosions. They are addicted to spectacles. If you hand them an old piece of metal and start preaching about the good old days, they will immediately tune you out. You cannot force them to listen. You have to bait the hook. You have to speak the language of their world before you bring them into yours. Tactic number 1, the Hollywood bait. Take off your watch, a heavy, cold, ticking mechanical watch. Put it in his small hands and make something up. Play the game. Look at him and say, "You saw that new spy movie, right? The one with the crazy car chases and the high-tech gadgets? The prop guys in Hollywood actually copied the design for the hero's gadget from this exact watch right here." Watch his eyes. They will light up. He will drop that damn iPad. He will look at that watch like it is a legendary artifact from a video game. He will look at you and say, "Really, Grandpa?" And right when you have his absolute, undivided attention, you pivot. You hit him with the truth. You say, "Maybe, but what I do know is this. This watch doesn't need to be plugged into a wall. It doesn't have a battery. It runs on movement. It runs on action. It only stays alive when the man wearing it is moving forward." Remember that the next time you spend 4 hours sitting still in front of a glowing screen. A real man, like a real machine, has to keep moving. In 2 minutes, you used their obsession with movies to teach them the physics of hard work. Tactic number 2, the superpower challenge. Kids today are obsessed with leveling up their characters in video games, but they have zero control over their own minds. You don't tell them to meditate. That sounds like homework. You challenge them. Slap a $5 bill on the table. Tell him, "I bet you $5 you don't have the mental discipline to sit on this porch in absolute silence for 2 minutes without touching your phone." Call it sniper focus. Make it a game. Make it a bet. When he squirms at the 30-second mark, look at him and say, "You're letting the machine win, kid." Teach him that a man who can control his boredom controls the world. You just taught him stoicism, and he thinks he's playing a game. Tactic number 3, the cheat code. Kids hate advice. Advice is what their teachers give them before failing them. But you know what they love? Secrets, hacks, cheat codes to beat the system. Look around like you're about to tell him something illegal. Lean in close and ask, "You want the ultimate cheat code to make grown men respect you instantly?" He will lean in. He will want the secret. Then you grab his hand. You squeeze it firm. You look him dead in his eyes and you say, "A firm grip and unbroken eye contact." It is a psychological hack. It works on every boss, every bully, every enemy. You didn't just tell him to be polite. You armed him with a weapon for the real world. In less than 10 minutes, you gave him an artifact, a mental superpower, and a cheat code for life. Will you see the tree grow to give shade? Probably not. I know I won't. I don't have many Sundays left. My winter is already here. But true freedom at the end of a man's life comes from knowing this. When the screen finally goes black for you, a piece of your fire will keep burning in the chest of the boy you left behind. Play the game, gentlemen. Hijack their minds before Your time is up.